friends, we have seen different types of load in QlikView as of now. So like inline load, and how to load a simple file table, and how to load a cross table, then what are the preceding load and resident load. So these type of loads we have already seen. So apart from these, so there are some other types of loads available also, like partial load, binary load, and bundle load. So we'll go one by one to them also. Okay, so now let's see what is a partial reload, and what is how it helps us in our business requirement. Okay, so before going to do it in practically, let us open an Excel file. I have kept one Excel source file which is having two different sheets. Okay, sheet 3 is not useful here, it's blank only. And source 1, in sheet 1 I have source 1. So I have some ID and name of some people, let's say employee ID or employee name. Okay, so these 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105, these 5 people are here in source 1. And I have another source, that is another sheet. So I have source 2, rename that sheet as source 2. And I have some people, same people are there, some and some are new people are also present here. 111, 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3. Okay, so these three are new people here, but the source 2, so 101 and 102 are the same existing people in source 1. Okay, so let us assume this scenario that source 1 is your previous source. We have loaded the data, and in source 2 we are getting a new data. Then how do the new data will replace the old data? So how to do that? Okay, so in this case partial reload helps us, guys. Okay, so now I'll go to QlikView and I'll open a new dashboard. Okay, so this is the base the first page where you click on the new item, you'll get it out, and you can go from here, like now step 1, select the data source, and these things you can do. Otherwise, as a developer, I prefer to close it out and then go to the edit script out and to create our script by myself, right? So now before that, we have to save this blank application and just give a name as partial reload. Okay, and I'll save it. Okay, once I save it, so I'll go to the edit script again. So now I'll go to the edit script. So in this edit script, so it is everything is blank with some default script. So you can do your script below the main default script, otherwise you can go to open a new tab here. Okay, otherwise you can go from here also, add tab. Okay, so click on add tab. So you can give a name as data or some anything that relevant to your work. Okay, you can give a name and click on OK, and then let us click on table files. So once you click on table files, so you have my Excel file is here, that is partial load, the Excel file name. Okay, so this name is partial load. So I'll go to that my selected path and I'll find my partial load Excel file. Okay, so once I click on that, I'll click on open. So I got the different sources, like source 1 and source 2. See, these blank, so ignore that. So source 1, let us first load the source 1. So we have ID and name and everything is correctly noted down, even the ID and name as given the default column names. So everything is fine here. I'll click on finish. Okay, so once I click on finish, so I have the script generated and I can give as source 1 or data 1, let's say. Okay, so now I have done it, right? I'll save it and reload it. Okay, so in our system now we have ID and name present here as we have loaded them. So just for a curiosity, we can take a table box and we can take all those call fields which is available in the database to display that, and then click on OK, and we see what are the things is in the Excel source 1. The same thing is here, right? 101 till 105. Okay, ID and with that name. Okay, everything is now present and everything is perfect now. But let's see, so if we reload source 2, okay, so let me go to the script editor again. Okay, so now I have data 2 present, right? So now I'll go to the table files and I'll again choose the same Excel file, partial load, and I'll go to source 2 now. Okay, so I'll click on source 2 and I have same ID and name, and I'll click on finish. Okay, so everything's fine. Now I'll just give as data 2 and I'll save and reload. Okay, so now guys you can see, so in the data we have all the things, right? 101 till 105, and the new things which were there in the source code that has been also added here. Okay, but if I go to table viewer guys, control plus T you can use to go to table viewer, you will see only one table is there because this is auto concatenated as we have discussed earlier. These two tables has been auto concatenated as the columns are same, right? And if you see the preview, you will see the duplicate records are available here. Okay, so 101, 102, and here also same 101 and 102 are duplicated, right? This happened because in auto concatenation, so the data which is duplicated, it will be stored directly. It will not be it will not store the unique data only, it will store all the data, right? And but in the table here you can see the unique values only. In the front end you can see the unique values, but in back end the duplicate values are also stored there. Okay, and now so how to replace the old data and add only the new data? So let us say, so in data 1 we have the first data which is the previous data, and in data 2 we have the new data. So how to replace the new data with the old data? So here we have to add a key field as replace. Okay, click on save and reload. Okay, so now guys you can see only we have 101, 102 and 111 and 112 and 113. So what are the data we have in source 2? Only those data has been replaced with the new data. Okay, so the source 1 data has been replaced with the new data. That means, so in source 2 what are the data only that is only available in our database now? If you go to the table viewer also in QlikView, we'll find the same thing. So in data 1 is the table, okay, but we are getting only the data from the source 2, that is the new data we are getting now. So in this process what we have done, we have replaced the old data with the new data. So this way, that is we called it as partial load. And another function also available here, in case of replace, instead of replace you can keep add, it will work as addition of the new data. So there are two functions guys, so one is add and the second one is replace. So if you keep add, it will add the old new data to the old data, and if you keep replace, so that will replace the new data or replace the old data with the new data. Okay, so these two add or replace we have to use, then we say it as a partial reload. Okay, so now I have used add, and I can see all the source 1 data and source 2 data are present. And if I go to table viewer also, I can see, so everything just like auto concatenated. So there are two functions, one is add and one is replace, so that is called as partial reload. So guys, the best use of partial reload is to replace the old data with the new data. So you have to go to the script editor. Okay, control E I am using. So in the script editor, so below the table name you have to write down replace. So what it does, it will replace the previous table data with the new table data. Okay, so this is the theory of partial reload and how it helps, you can understand it, right? So friends, we'll see what is a binary load now. Okay guys, so binary load is some load in which we are implementing one QlikView application inside another QlikView application. So how it happens guys, so basically what happens, so let us assume that we have created a dashboard, right? We have created an application in QlikView, and we have taken multiple sources like SQL server, like SAP or Oracle or SharePoint or Salesforce. So these different tables, let's say we have taken 4 or 5 tables, okay, and we have done our design in backend, and we have done our scripting and everything. So as of now we have not gone to the scripting part, but yes, of course, in the later sessions we'll go in depth of all the scripting part. Okay. So let us assume for now, in the application we created newly, and we have done our data loading, then data linking, data associations. So these things we have already done, and we have saved it. Okay. But guys, so somebody in your team is asking you for the same data modeling what you have done, or he want to further do his front end visualization. Not He do not want to disturb your backend scripting, but he want to do some further visualization in his front end. So this how it happens, guys. So whatever the application you have stored, let's say it is a application 1, right? So you can create another application, application 2, and where the scripting part of application 1 can be used in application 2. Okay, so we'll see how it looks like. Okay, let's say this is our we'll go to the, now let's say we're going to here, and we are keeping some R. So this is our partial reload, as we have seen just now. Okay, and I click on reload. Okay, I have this data model. Let's say it is a simple data model, but let's say we have done some complex data model here. For example, I add another tab here. I load some simple simple store data, so that we have some excel file. Let me add that also. Superstore cell. Okay, i'll I'll load that data too here. Okay, and I have done many. Let us do some modeling now. Okay, for example, we have taken orders table, and then we have here, and we have our orders table loaded here. Okay, so I'll give a name as orders table. I'll give it column, then again another tab I'll take. Okay, I give as returns. Okay, so in this returns we take the same excel file. I have the returns data as you have seen already. Okay, so I'll go to the returns table, and I'll choose embedded label, then I have order ID and status. Okay, then I'll keep returns data here. Okay, returns, then I'll save it, and then I'm reloading it. Okay, you can see how the data is loading, everything will get here. You can put close when finished. So if we tick mark, if it is closed, then directly will come to the SIG properties main window here. Okay, otherwise if any error is there, then it will display the error message. Okay, now guys, you can see the table here. We can see there are some different tables. Okay, order and table, and then ID, and this data one is something different because it is not linked to this source, but of course the orders and returns has been linked to each other by order ID. So you can do a linking between that, as we have seen earlier also, right? So let us do that in the linking association between these two tables. So order ID is here, so I copy that order ID field with the brackets. Okay, and I'll go here, I'll rename it with alias as, and then order ID. Now we can create some mod the link association between these two tables. But of course the data one, which is ID and name, that is not related to this orders table or returns table. That's why it is it's stored as separately. Okay, so if I go to the table here, I can see it now, orders table and returns table, that is associated between with them, and data one is that is a unique table which is not associated to anyone. Okay, fine that. So our motive is to do this implementation in another application. For example, here we have done some visualization in front end. Let's say we have done some another table box. Okay, and I'm going to add this number of fields. Okay, I'll just, okay, I'll click on OK. So I have taken all the fields here. Okay, and I created some two visualization. One is ID with name, and another table box I kept with everything. Okay, so this is, let us save it. Okay, so this is our first application, that is partial reload. I given the name as partial reload. Now I'll open a new application, guys. Okay, so let's say we have done our data modeling in partial reload page, right? So that is a new application, first application we have created, and that is the name of the application is partial reload, and I have done my data modeling there. Okay, but in the front end, let's say I am not doing anything there, but here I want to create another application where I will take the script from that application. So how to do? So let us save this one first. Okay, so the same way I have done it, and I'll take binary load. Okay, I'll just save it as binary load and click on save. Okay, so this binary load is our second application. The first application is partial load where we have done our data modeling, and binary load is the second application which is, as of now it is blank, right? So guys, we'll go to the edit script now. Okay, so if I go to the edit script, I'll get the same, some default script. I can go to the guys, you have to remember here, so binary load is something which should be on the first row of the first tab. So do not go to the second tab or third tab or do anything there. So binary load should be done on the first row itself. Okay, so what to do here? So go here and click on QlikView file. Okay, so I click on QlikView file. Okay, I placed my mouse there. Okay, my cursor is here in the first row. Okay, I keep some enter. I use enter key so that I can get some blank spaces. Okay, you can use it directly like this, and if you click delete it, you are deleting the row. If you keep enter, then you are entering the new row. So anyway, like you can do as per your wish, and go to the first row. But okay, for binary load, go to the first row or the first tab, main tab, and click on QlikView file here. Okay, once you click on QlikView file, so you have to find out which table you have to, which application you have the script is there, and which application you want to load. So we have our partial load is there application, right? We have done our partial load. Okay, so now I selected the partial load, which is just previously we have done it. Okay, let me check it, guys. So I have gone to the wrong folder actually, so I'll go to my correct folder. Yeah, so partial reload is the application which we have just created. You can see the date here. Okay, so partial reload, I'll select that application, the first application which I have the script. Okay, I click on open. So once I click on open, I'll get the script automatically binary, and then in square bracket we are getting the partial reload.qvw. So qvw is the extension for QlikView application, QlikView workbook. Okay, and so this done automatically binary reload for us. Okay, so now guys, I just save this and reload it. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any loading Excel file or loading any other data sources there, right? I've just done the QlikView application a binary load. So once I done it, I'm getting directly all the fields available, whatever there, I'm getting the same thing, guys. And if I go to the table here also, Control plus T, and I am getting the same existing data model, whatever there in the first load, that is partial load application, the same data model is also present here. So what does that mean, guys? So whatever the data loading or data modeling we have done for first application, we can call them to the second application instantly using a binary load. Okay, so what is the benefit of this one? So by this way, what it happens, like you can let us assume you were using the same data model in multiple project or multiple dashboards. So what you can do, you can create one application, you can do your data modeling, and the same application you can use further in different applications. Okay, and another thing also, if you are sharing this application, if you are any other developer, any other teammate, or any other person in your organization, he or she, he cannot go and check your what are the scripting you have written, or where this order table is coming from, where this reference table is coming from, or how this order id and this order id has been linked to each other. He cannot see what are the scripting part you have done in first application. Okay, he can just see what is the data present in this. But of course there is another option available, so that you can do another loading here also. So let's say you have done one binary load here, and I'll click on another tab. I'll do another my data tab here. I can go to the some other table here, like class table, or I can click on here. I can go to next, I can go to the next. I can put some cross table filter. So as we have already seen this, so I'm going a little far, little speedway. Okay, I'll keep month name, and in the data I'll keep sales. So maybe sales and sales will be linked to each other, I don't know. But let us do some loading only, just for testing purpose. So I'll keep this one as testing table. Okay guys, so this is what I am showing you, that even if you are loading a binary application, the binary application will come from the data from the first application, that is partial load.qlikview. It will take the data from there. After that also you can do your normal loads or other things. You can do it here, normal scripting also in this application, which will be linked to that one. So now we have done some data modeling here. Again we loaded another table with cross table function, and then click on reload. So if I do the reload, let me go to the table here, and I can see the testing also has been loaded, right? So the existing data which was there, like returns, orders, and data one, these three tables are coming from the first application, partial load application. Okay, the first application. But this is we done in the second application only. Okay, so guys, you have to remember, like in past in binary load, whatever the things you can create, that will be stored here, and along with that you can do some further modeling also, further data input also. So that is the best, the beautiful of this binary load is, it will capture all the previous data, along with that it will take your new data also. So by this way, you whatever the scripting here, that is secure, nobody can see that scripting here. Okay, so you are not sharing this partial reload KVW to other people, but you are sharing, you are just reloading it to the new application, and you are sharing this application with other person. Okay, so I mean to say, like you are not sharing partial reload KVW, but you are sharing this new KVW, that is binary load KVW. So if you share this binary load KVW, people will see and go, and they will see the scripting here like this one, binary partial reload KVW, but they will not able to see what are the scripting written behind this partial reload KVW. Okay, so this will secure your data modeling and secure your scripting from others. Okay, and you have to remember some few points, like binary load will be the first row of the main tab. Okay, the first row of the first tab, you can say. Okay, you should do the binary load there itself, and along with the binary load you can do your further data modification or something later part, like you can add new tabs here, um, 2 to 3 tabs you can add new tabs, you can add new data tables, so you can do your data modeling further to the binary load, that is also allowed to. Okay, and the one more thing, the important thing is, in one application you can do only one binary load, guys. You can't do multiple binary loads. So for example, this is one application we have, that is binary load.qvw. This is, in this application you can do only one binary load, you cannot do multiple binary loads. Okay, so this will give you error. Okay, so that's what. And guys, you have to tell me one more thing here. So let us done, like we have done this, but let us assume, let us think about how the data source will change, then how it believes here. So for example, the order table and returns table. Okay, so orders and returns and data one, these three tables are from the first application. Okay, we are not loading it here. So any new data has been added, or any data changes has been done in the orders table, will reflect here immediately? No, guys. So what will happen? So the first application, that is the partial reload. That application has to reload. Then once that application will reload, then this returns and orders table will be changed to the new data, right? And then when we will reload this by a second application, then it will capture the new data from the first application. Okay, so here it happens like the first two applications should be reloaded, then only you will see the new data here. So this returns and orders table, okay, I'm just telling you again. So returns and orders table, these two tables has been generated by the first application. That is why the first application should be reload first, so that it will capture the new data. Okay, then we have to come to the second application and we have to reload the second application, then we will get the whole new data in the second application. Until unless the first application has been loading, we will not get the new data in the second application, we will get the old data only. Okay, so this is how the binary load is working. Okay, I'll just save it and reload again to see, and we'll go to the data table. Here we'll see everything. But guys, if you remember what we have done some, if I go to the my first application, that is a partial reload. Okay, this is our first application. So here we have done some front end tables also, right? So those tables has not been brought forward to the second application. So second application contains only the scripting of the binary, the first application. The first application is partial reload, second application is binary load. So partial reload, this first application, whatever the scripting behind the data modeling and everything, so that part has been stored here in the second application also. But the front end items, whatever you create, any chart you create, it will not come in directly here. You have to create from scratch here. So friends, we will see now bundle load. So what is bundle load in QlikView and how it helps you in your production or in your creating a dashboard, how it will help you. So for example, we'll go to our previous partial reload application or any new application you can create. For example, I'll go to create a new application with the bundle load name, so that we can save it and we can understand it later also, like by going to that particular application. So I have just open a blank application and I'm going to save it in the name of bundle load. I think some application is already there, so I'll just create some another name like bundle load 2. We can keep, not a problem. So I'll click and save, and once I saved it, so I'll go and load some data to it. Okay, so we have our new tab, we can add it and we can keep a data tab here, and then I'll go to the table files. I'll go to my data sources which is there in my particular institute, and then I have data sources. So in data sources I have sample data here. Okay, I'll go, this is our regular process. How do I or how do I load the Excel data? The same process I am just following now. Okay, so I'll put middle labels so that the column headers will be properly assigned, and then I'll click on finish. Okay, and I'll keep the name here, table name here as usual, headers. Okay, so this is my data, for example, and I'll reload it. So I have loaded some data to this application, and the application name is bundle load 2. Okay, so as I have loaded, so back end the data is present, then in front end we can create some charts. For example, let us do some chart like I'll go to the chart section and different session. Okay, but for today's session, just to understand how the bundle load will help you, so to understand it, so we'll create some chart. Okay, and this is like this is not the whole chart session, because this what are the features of charts and these things will go later also. Okay, so I have selected a bar chart, so there are different charts are available. So I selected bar chart, then I click on next. So here I can choose which of the categories or subcategory of the dimension. So let's say I have taken product subcategory. Okay,
So I'll click here, I click on add, and then I'll click on next. So it is telling me to add a expression. So let's say I'll put sum of sales. Okay, okay, I'll click on OK, and click on finish. Okay, so these are different product category and their sum of sales. So I feel it like a product subcategory. So we'll do one thing, we'll take instead of product subcategory, because there are many, so we'll take product category. Okay, I'll just remove this and I'll take product category and click on OK. Okay, so we have here only three product category, that is furniture, office supplies and technology. So and these are different sales figure based on their product category. Okay, so and we can go to the properties window and we can see what are the data items also. Okay, so these are the different cells. So guys, like let us assume that we need some kind of diagram here. Okay, some kind of diagram here the client wants to display either red or green. For example, let's say for an example, red circle or green circle, so that whenever the sale is more than 5 million, or so the sales here is like more than 5 million, right? So it's like 5,984,248. So for this kind of more than 5 million, then we'll get a green signal, and if it is less than 5 million for office supplies like that, so we'll get a red signal. So how do we do, like at traffic you see some signals are there, right? So how can we implement the same kind of signals here? So now that type that time you want to use a image, right? So you want to use an image in the backend analysis purpose, that if the sales figure is this one, then choose red or choose green, like that. Okay, so for that we can do one more thing here also. We can take a list box. So list box is nothing, so what are the items we have created, right? So I'll go this seat objects are there, right guys? So if you right click any blank space in the seat, you'll get the seat new seat object. So in the new sheet object, the first one is list box. Okay, so these items also will go one by one. What are the multi box, what is the table box, and charts also will have separate session regarding that, input box, current selection box. So these things everywhere, every item will go in depth also. So do not be worried right now. Okay guys, so I'll click on list box. So in list box I can select what are the items I want to show. Okay, so I can for a particular field. Okay, if you have to choose one particular field, let's say same product category we have taken here, right? So I choose product category. Okay, I click on OK. So these furniture, office supplies, technology also came in the product list box, and also it is present in the chart. So guys, you have to, how the list box is working is like a filter in XAP what, or on, it's like a filter box only. Okay, so for example I click on furniture, so I can in the chart now I saw only the furniture item. Okay, and if I click in office supplies, I can see only office supplies. And how to multi-select it? So I can click on office supplies, then I will press my control icon, and then I'll click on our furniture. Okay, so in this way also I can select two items or multiple items inside the list box. Okay, so the list box is very simple item which is just to work like a filter box. Okay, so guys, like our objective is, so whenever I selected one furniture item, so I can see the furniture sales here, right? But I want to keep another object here, another uh, image here, so it will be a red signal or green signal. So if the sale is, it will be conditional, it will be very dynamic. Okay, so based on the conditions, or the, if it is more than a 5 million, then it will be green, or in office supplies it will be less than 5 million, then it will be red. So this image will come from the external sources, right? Like you can download it from Google, or you can download from any other browser, and you have to store in your system. Then how do we load that image to the QlikView. Okay, so for that we need to use bundle. Okay, so guys, like to the step by step we'll go, and first let us go to Google, and then we'll download, we'll check some red circle and green signal, green circle, and then we'll load the image. We'll save that image to our desktop. Then how to load it, we will see in step by step. Okay, so I'll go to my Google browser. Okay, so I'll just put some red circle. Okay, so I get some images. Okay, you can click on image directly also. Okay, so this kind of image is okay, good for us. Okay, so we can just right click and save the image, and we'll go to the directly a particular folder of data sources. You can save there. Okay, and I'll go to the desktop and the institute, and here I have my data sources. Here I can store as image. Oh, already some red circle, green circle is there. Okay, so we can use them. Otherwise, if you want me to go to create from new, okay, you can go to the particular folder, and then you can not about it. You can add it just red one. Okay, if you just click on save. Okay, the same thing. Instead of red, now we'll keep green, and we'll have this, and just save it green. Okay, so ignore this red and green, so we are using red one and green one. Okay, so now this images has been downloaded, and we'll go to the data sources. Okay, and here we have our image folder. Now this is our previous images. We can delete them. Clarity. To be confused, I'm deleting them. Okay, so now we have green and red one of the images. Okay, so whenever the sales is more than 5 million, I want to show green image, and if the sale is less than 5 million, then I want to show red image. Okay, so this is my purpose. So how do we do? So the best way of doing is we have to create a Excel file. So I have created an Excel file here, and just given a blank Excel file, and I given the name as color and path. Okay, so here if I open the application Excel file, there is nothing, so I just created a blank Excel file. Okay, you can create a new Excel file, and here the first column will give color name. Okay, and color path. So here we are going to store what is the column name and what is the color path. Okay, so for example we have one column red, one is green. Okay, so here, so what we'll do, so where is the path for that red or green? So we have to go to our data sources. So again, so the image is this. Okay, so this is the folder, right? So take this folder and paste it here. Okay, so and this is also same, right? But here for red there will be some different. We can go to the properties, right click on properties it. So you will see the name is green1.png, right guys? So if you see in your like go to the properties, right click on the image and click on the properties. So we'll see what is the type of file. So that is png.png and name is green1. Okay, so what you have to mention here, like exact path of that image. Okay, so for green we have to put slash again. Okay, then green one, the same exact name. Okay, and png. Okay, and for red I will have red one the png, right? So red one, what is the name I have given there? Same thing. Okay, same name you have to mention. Okay, so for green, and you can copy also, so not even write, you can directly copy and just keep add .png, the extension. Okay guys, so same thing you can do it for red also. Okay, so once you done this, okay, red and the red path, red circle path, okay, and green circle path, just save this file. Okay, so I have saved this color and path file. Okay, now we can close it. Okay, so now the circle is ready. So we have downloaded our image from Google State, that is step 1, and then in step 2 we created an Excel file, and we have in the Excel file what we have done, we done our location. So where is the location of our red circle and green circle, we mentioned that. Okay, so now I'll go to QlikView. Okay, so here as of now, let's say for example, as of now we'll just clear all the selections. So we have all the product categories selected and all these chart is preparing for all. So I'll go to edit script now. Okay, so in the edit script I'll create another tab here. So this is our main data, that is raw data, and this will be our bundle load or load color data, or because we load the color here. Okay guys, so what we keep, we go to the same table here. Okay, I'll go to the same table here. So in color and path we have saved the source like path name and color name and path address. Okay, we have saved that. So go to that Excel file and choose that Excel file. So here you are getting the color name and color path, but A and B is coming, so we have to choose on the del labels. Okay, so now we have red and red path, green and green path. We'll click on this. Okay, so once you done this, so choose give a name just for the naming convention, just give a name as color table. Okay, just give a color table name. Okay, and I am saving also. And then before load, so we have to use a keyword as bundle. Okay, so bundle, that's why we call this bundle load. So before the load, if you choose as a bundle, so what will do, it will store the color path. So where is the color path, it will store those paths particularly, and it will go and choose that image. So instead of storing the as a text, okay, if you don't give bundle, so what will do, so what is the Excel file, we have the path has been stored as a data only directly. So if you choose the color path, it will show you the data like C drive slash institute drive or slash data sources drive slash image drive. So what are the data, the path name will given, that address will come as a text. Okay, but if we use bundle, then it will go to that address and it will save the image inside QlikView. Okay, the image will be stored inside the QlikView. Okay, so that's why we say it as bundle word. So I'll give bundle here keyword. Okay, as it is a keyword, it will become in blue color, as you know already. Okay, and I'll save it here. Okay, and now I'm going to reload it. Okay, so that has been loaded. So if you see that there are one color name table also created. Okay, if I go to the table here, okay, one color name table has been also created, red and blue, but the color path is not stored here as a because that is not a text item. Now it become an image item because we have used bundle keyword. Okay, so now, so how do we replicate that? Let's go and select new. I'll right click on the blank sheet. I'll go to the new sheet object. So here I'll go to a text object. Okay, so you can see the path here. Just right click and the blank space and come to the new sheet object. So in the new sheet object you have text object. So click here. Okay, so this item, all the properties and everything whatever they are available for each object, we go one by one. Okay, so do not worry about that, but to understand bundle load, I'm just going through these items. Okay, so here, so what we keep now? Okay, so we created a text object. Okay, so now I put here some condition. Okay, so what will be the condition? So if to put on conditions, you can directly write like sum of sales, for example. Okay, write like this and click on OK. So it will show you sum of sales, like it will add all sales together whatever the available here. But if you choose one particular item, then it will show that particular item. But now all are available, furniture, office supplies and technology. That's why it's showing the total sum of all the sales. Okay, so now if I select furniture, the furniture is 5,178,000. The same thing, it is showing the same value here. Okay guys, so whatever the things you show it here, if you select furniture and office supplies, then what is the sales, so together sales it will show it here. Okay, so this is the text box property. Okay, so as for our sum of sales mm, calculation, it is calculating the same the number. Okay, but here our purpose is to keep, if it is sum of sales is less than some conditional purpose, right? So if it is sum of sale is less than 5 million, then it will be a red signal. If more than 5 million, it will be green signal. So how do we give that how do we give that condition? Okay, so I'll just remove everything now. So I'll put again equal to. So guys, like directly can I'll just again go back. I'll show you again. So it was something like this, right? So otherwise I'll take another text box. So just not to confuse you, so I go the same blank space. So any blank area I right click, and then I'll go to the music object and I'll come to the text object. So here if you click and the right side, three dots are there, right? So if you click here, you go to the edit expression window. So edit expression window, there are multiple fields, functions, variables, images, everything are available, and it is easy to create your expression in this edit expression window. Okay, so expression is nothing but like it is a sum of or it contains your conditions, it contains your formulas, it contains your variables, it contains your images. So these things you can write down in a formula kind of thing. So this is your formula window. Okay guys, so I'll put here some expression image because it will be a dynamic condition. So I keep if, okay, then I'll start open bracket and write down sum, and I'll again write down sum of sales. Okay, and then I'll close it. So the sum is closed, right? So if is open now, okay, the sum is closed. So sum of sales, so it is more than 5. We can keep greater than and greater than. We can directly be greater than, or else we can keep greater than equal to 5 million. So 5 million. Okay, then what do we want to display? We want to display the green signal here. So click, go to the image here. Okay, so in the image, so image folder will be there. Okay, so under the image you have to choose your image folder as color name. So this is a bundle bulletin, so that has been created by QlikView default. Okay, so you ignore that because we had added our own color name here. Just choose that color name. So if it is, so if you go to our folder, so we have only two items, right? Green and red. Okay, that is why it is showing you like what do you want to show it here, red or green. So if it is more than 5 million, then you have to choose green. Okay, we select green, then click and paste. Okay, so the same path, it is the QlikView is directly replicating some path here, and do not disturb that. Okay, so do not do any changes there, and then put another comma finally. Okay, so that means if it is more than 5 million, then it is green. Okay, and if it is less than that, the second condition, you do not have to put another condition again, that if it is sum of sales is less than 5 million, because if it satisfies these conditions, then it will be green, otherwise it will be red. Our condition is so after we have to paste the red. Okay, I hope you guys have understood this. Okay, now I'll close the list. Okay, so if you try to understand the formula here, you can, I'll tell you again. So if is our conditional, so I have opened the if and closed if. Okay, this is my open bracket and my close bracket. So inside that I have to write my condition. So my condition is sum of sales, so sum and bracket and sales, so that will calculate the sum of sales, right? So this will calculate our sum of sales. So sum of sale if is greater than equal to 5 million, okay, you can, instead of 5 million you can put some number also, not a problem. Okay, for this example I am just keeping 5 million, then it will show you a green. Okay, so this green signal, how do I come, how do you bring this green? I have to come to this images folder, images tab, and in images tab I have to choose my folder which I have saved, that is the color name, right? And then I have to choose green. So green or red are there. So if you save the 3 to 4 colors there in the Excel file, the same 4 to 5 drop down will get it. But now we have only 2 drop downs, so one is green and one is red. So I selected green and then I clicked on paste. So this item has been created automatically by QlikView for me. Okay, so this way, so I have completed my condition. So if it is more than 5 million, then green, otherwise it will be red. So any amount that is less than this, then it will be red. Now click on OK. Okay, so I clicked on OK. So once I clicked on OK, the formula has been replicated here. Okay, so I do not have to do anything. So next time when you have to go and edit this formula, just click in here. Again you will get the same edit expression window. You can do your addition here or do any modification, you can do it here and click on OK. Okay, so that has been replicated here. Okay, now the representation is in text format. Okay, so it will show you a text. So as of now we have to choose here image. Okay, and click on image. Now guys, you can see if it is the total sum of sale is 8 million, that's why we are getting green. But now if I choose office supplies only, I'm getting a red signal only. So these things I can keep it here or I can keep it here. So based on the locations and everything, I can do like this. Okay, so based on our size or requirement or where to place or which side I have to place, so these things we can do for money as usual for all the items also it is available. But our what is our motto of doing that is like furniture. So furniture is more than, furniture sales is more than 5 million, that's why we want to show a green item. Okay, and so it is overlapping something, so no problem. So if it is less than 5 million, then it is green, red, sorry, and if it is more than 5 million, then it is green. So these things, this is what our motto was and we have done with it, right friends? Okay, so for doing or adding your images to the QlikView and storing your images and implementing that images, so we need to use bundle load. Okay, that is the purpose of that. Okay, so I'll be saving it and